Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. There is a video that has emerged in this country today of wife to Wafula Chebukati, who is the chairman of the IEBC. I want to say that whatever happens in this election, I want to agree with many observers that the commission will once again become a punching bag in case anything goes south. And this is a critical moment in this electioneering process, because it is during this time that in the last general election, there were mysterious murder of Chris Musando. So today, listening to the speech of Wafula Chebukati's wife, when they attended a burial, probably in Bungoma or somewhere, because it seems it was one of their relatives, you could point out really what exactly is happening in the house of Wafula Chebukati, and then it reflects on the state of the affairs in commission. Now, I want to mention here that the wife to Chebukati's wife is a person that have had low profile. But because of the profile of the head of that house, I think whatever she says cannot be taken lightly. And someone listening to that will really get to understand what is happening. Now, without much ado, I want us to get just a 1-minute section from what Mary Chebukati spoke in that burial.
Naomba tu mtuombe kama familia. Wakati huu wenye tunaingia hii period ya election, mimi naomba mtuombe, sababu mimi najua mzee wangu kitu kimoja, anataka tu kufuata sheria. Kwa hivyo saa zingine tunamuonanga kwa TV zaidi kuliko tunamuona nyumbani, sababu ya hii kazi. Hata vile namuona hapa, sijui, namshukuru sana kupata wakati kuweka kazi zake kidogo kando. Kazi zake ni national, kuja kutuombeleza sisi na familia yetu. Si amefanya vizuri. Nashukuru sana. Muendelee kumuombea. Tuombee sisi. Tulipata ile election nyingine. Watoto walikuwa na huzuni sana, lakini sasa wako na nguvu, na hata yeye mwenyewe ako na nguvu. Kila asubuhi tunamuombeanga tukisema Mungu mpatie wisdom, Mungu shower him with the blood of Jesus, ili atubikie nchi hii.
If you listen to that speech there, that is a very heavy public plea. And it had very heavy statements there. Especially when she's saying that my husband is just following the law. Now, this statement is coming in the wake of what to many people is a scandal about the controversy around the ballot printing tender. And that ballot printing tender is what Raila Odinga and Junet Mohammed alluded to, that was handed over to a company that was linked to Wetangula, and Wetangula was also linked to Chebukati. So that is the only, I think, if you ask me, that is the only maybe an occurrence in the political space that will then attract the attention of the family. Because I remember a Raila Odinga team saying that there was a meeting at Wetangula's residence. The person that is at Wetangula's residence is the family of Chebukati. So it points out to really where family can also come in, maybe to say something. And again, that statement, Chebukati once spoke about it and said that it was profiling because he is a Bukutsu, just like Bungoma Senator Moses Masika Wetangula. Now, Chebukati's wife, Mary, is not very... 3 years ago, she was involved in a tussle over the property of their late mother with the sisters, with the siblings. And I remember she even went to an extent of going to one of the houses that was in South B, because I read that article. I was just reading that article immediately. I saw that She went to an extent of going to one of the houses that belonged to the late mother and was blaming one of the sisters known as Helen, who used some of their family matrimonial, their family properties maybe to campaign, or rather for political purposes in 2017. So that was captured a lot in the papers, and of course, she's someone who took a low profile. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to get to interpretation of this statement. But before we do that, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. When you like our videos, through that you are promoting this channel. And I also want to say thank you very much for people who normally share. We're almost to the 26,000 subscribers, and asanteni sana maze, because this cannot be done without your support. I see the wife, or rather the family of Wafula Chebukati, being defensive of the commission chairman because of the favorism claims. When she says, and something that you cannot really separate is that when she speaks in an event that even the chairman himself is there, and one thing that can be understood is that nothing was just done in coincidence. It's because, of course, he was giving a eulogy, and after eulogy there is that part where unaweza sema kitikokeli yako. This is something that probably, if not formally discussed, but informally has been part of a conversation. And maybe once in a while they've had a situation where they talk and someone says, tell me what exactly is going on, and then the issue of the law comes in. So she says something that is very, very, very key. Now, if you listen to the party saying that this is a very critical moment, at this moment in 2017, the family was in fear. So I see a fright getting, or rather sinking, in the family. And that fright would then just be because of the reflection of what happened in 2017. Remember, in 2017, this is the moment that Musando lost his life mysteriously, and perhaps by that time there was a lot of fear in the family because they didn't know who then is next. And I see the person who is the leader of that family, and Chebukati's wife, trying to point out to what exactly happened in 2017, and to some extent he's trying to ask for, look here, pray for us, because maybe at this moment we just need spiritual intervention. Now, the spiritual appeal is one that is very deep, and as a mother and as a wife, you can see something in her deeply. So what will someone just ask is, what exactly is happening that will then make the family feel a little bit frightened? What exactly is happening at their home, or what is happening at the commission? Maybe are there things that maybe the commission chairman has experienced or he has witnessed in the latest current days, or just a comparison to the 2017 that will point out to the family that those times are very interesting, are very tempting times. So I saw something there, and it shows to the state of the affairs. It shows to what exactly the position of Chebukati, the conduct of Chebukati, the self-confidence and self-esteem of Wafula Chebukati. But there is something you can see here, that there is bit of defensive from what I can speculate as political interference. At the end of the day, Wafula Chebukati is a chairman of the commission, but that commission, the key stakeholders in that commission are politicians. So if there could be something that would threaten, or maybe something that would worry Wafula Chebukati, then that is election, and the election stakeholders are politicians. The wife could probably be pointing out to, when saying that he is following the law, maybe is protecting, or rather is defending what could be favorism. Number two, it could be what perhaps are political interference, maybe kind of calls and conversations and demands that Wafula Chebukati is getting from external sources or other sources that may influence. And she is talking on behalf of the husband. That is something you cannot underestimate. She was not making that statement on her own behalf. She was talking on behalf of the husband. Lastly, I see also someone with knowledge, understanding, and benefit of trappings of power. Now, the trappings of power here are very critical, because remember the case that I mentioned to you. If you read that article, I think it's by Kahawatungu. Yeah, it was by Kahawatungu. I just read it there. Yeah. If you check that article there, you could see something that what maybe benefited the family in that property tussle was the trappings of power. She could be in a position, because she was being blamed to be using her political power influence maybe to lock out the other family members. So this could also be something that is in touch with the political happenings in the country. Of course, because the husband is working on a political job, you cannot blame, or rather you cannot distinguish her from that role. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to read your reaction to that statement. I'm coming back with something interesting on the House Assembly matrix.